Hello everyone and welcome back to TowerGate, episode 202, September the 21st, 2017. Welcome to this special Sunday presentation. Today's TowerGate, what happened? Well, it all began back in 2015. The New York Times reported that the Rotten Reverend Clinton had a private email server. Then Donald Trump announces he will run for president. Then Trump tweets out that the Obama administration was wiretapping him. Next, Seth Rich, director of voter data analytics at the DNC, frustrated with the DNC and the Clinton campaign, decides to leak the DNC emails to WikiLeaks. Next, the DNC hires CrowdStrike to analyze their servers, and within 24 hours, CrowdStrike tells us that the Russians did it. Next, Trump destroys the Republican field and captures the nomination. Then, the Rotten Reverend Clinton successfully cheats Bernie Sanders out of the Democratic nomination and becomes the Democratic nominee. Then, WikiLeaks releases the DNC emails. Next, Seth Rich is murdered in Washington, D.C. The D.C. Metro Police attribute Rich's murder to a failed robbery. Next, GPS Fusion hires Christopher Steele to manufacture the phony Trump dossier. Then, Loretta Lynch and Slick Willie are caught in a planned secret meeting in an airport tarmac in Arizona. Then, the dishonorable FBI director, James Comey, holds a press conference and lays out the case for the crimes of the rotten Reverend Clinton, her crimes and her lies. And then he tells us that no reasonable prosecutor would charge or prosecute the rotten Reverend. Then, Loretta Lynch orders New York attorney Preet Bharara to grant a special visa to Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya. 1 week later, the deep state would set up Trump team members, including Jared Kushner and Paul Manafort, by arranging this secret meeting with Veselnitskaya. This meeting would then be used to get a FISA warrant to spy on the Trump campaign. Then Julian Assange appears on Dutch TV and suggests that Seth Rich was the source of the WikiLeaks DNC email releases. Then WikiLeaks releases the Podesta emails. Next, the blabbermouth Debbie Wasserman Schultz is forced to resign as DNC chair after WikiLeaks releases proof of collusion between the Clinton campaign, the DNC, and liberal media outlets in an effort to steal the nomination from Bernie Sanders. Next, the FBI discovers the Wiener laptop, and they discover it has more Rotten Reverend classified emails on it. This restarts the Clinton email investigation. 6 days later, November 6th, 2 days before the election, Comey clears the Rotten Reverend again. Next, Donald Trump defeats the Rotten Reverend in the general election by 306 to 231 electoral votes. America elects the first citizen president. Next, Senator Magoo hand delivers the fake Trump dossier to FBI Director Comey. Next, BuzzFeed publishes the dossier. Then, Susan Rice goes on PBS and tells the interviewer that she knows nothing about Trump surveillance. Then, the Russian tech firm CEO, Alexei Gubarev, files a defamation lawsuit against BuzzFeed and Christopher Steele. Then, Trey Gowdy asked during congressional hearings about a UN ambassador unmasking private citizens the day before Trump's inauguration. We later learn that he's talking about Samantha Power. Then Donna Brazile admits to giving the Rotten Reverend the debate questions Of course, the Rotten Reverend never admitted to the cheating or receiving the debate questions. Next, Devin Nunes holds a press conference and announces that he just listened to the recordings of unmasked conversations of private citizens, Trump team members, as we learn later. President Trump then fires the dishonorable FBI Director James Comey. Then, Attorney General Sessions recuses himself from all things Russia. Next, Assistant Attorney General Rosenstein appoints deep state insider hitman Robert Mueller to investigate Trump-Russia collusion and Russia interference in the elections. Then, the forensicator comes out with a report proving that Guccifer 2.0 was a fake user created by CrowdStrike to frame WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. Then, Susan Rice testifies in closed session and says that she did unmask Trump team members hundreds of times. Then, Imran Awan leaves a laptop computer, ID, driver's license, and letters to U.S. attorneys for the police to find in a Washington, D.C. office. Next, Imran Awan is arrested at Dulles International Airport by the FBI in an effort to flee the country after being tipped off by someone in the FBI or the DOJ. Then, the Comey memos are released, revealing that Comey made the decision to let the Rotten Reverend off the hook before even interviewing 22 witnesses and the Rotten Reverend herself. Then, Newsweek magazine publishes an article popularizing the term deep state coup and refers to it as a conspiracy theory. Then, the Rotten Reverend writes a book called What Happened. In the book, Clinton blames her devastating and embarrassing loss on the following: James Comey, the FBI, Vladimir Putin, Russia, WikiLeaks, low information voters, the Electoral College, anti-American forces, everyone who announced that she would win, which discouraged her voters from voting, bad polling numbers, Barack Obama, white women, the New York Times, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and the Bernie Bros, people wanting change, misogynists, TV executives, Netflix, Facebook, Twitter, campaign finance, content farms in Macedonia, the media, Steve Bannon, Breitbart, the Democratic Party, the DNC, the Republican Party, Cambridge Analytics, Matt Lauer, white voters, documentary filmmakers, the Benghazi investigators, voter suppression, Twitch McConnell, despite the fact that he voted for her, fathers, brothers, husbands, and boyfriends, and even male bosses, and finally, internet trolls. That is what happened. Thank you for tuning in. TowerGate, day 202, Sunday. See you next time.